Hello, you awesome healers. This is Dr. Anastasia Chopelas, and today I'm going to talk about a topic that runs through the minds of many healers. And that topic is, do I need a website? Who's going to set it up for me? I don't know how to do it. What should be on it if I have it? Do I really need it? And this is a question that leads them into a quandary. So today I'm going to talk about when you don't really need a website to get going, and if you do, what kind of websites are there and what should be on them. Okay, stay tuned to hear more. This is Anastasia. I used to be a physics professor specializing in vibrational and quantum physics. After recovering from a serious illness using energy healing on myself, the calling to heal became so strong that I had to quit my 40-year research career. I replaced my 6-figure professor salary within 5 months using a simple but not easy 3-step system that I worked out to grow my healing practice. Now I help other healers grow their practices, whether they're just starting or already have a practice, with this same 3-step system. I'm all about helping you too. Listen in to learn more. I'm so glad you're here today so we can talk about this really important topic, and that is, do you need a website? Right, so websites are a big bugaboo for a lot of people. I know that you can do them really quickly on platforms like Wix or Squarespace or things like that. And there are other places that you can do them for free. For example, WordPress.com has the ability to set that up for you. Well, actually, you need to set it up. I don't find that particular version very user-friendly, but okay, let's dig in. When don't you need a website? Okay, so if you are the kind of person that meets potential clients around town, for example, you go to networking meetings or you go give local talks. Like a local talk would be, you have a health and healing center and you ask them if it's okay to give a talk, and you can meet potential clients that way. Like you talk about a topic and then you set up a free session with them, right after the talk. Or you can use a meetup, or you can use set up your own local conferences. And the other way is to target them on social media. For example, you just simply target your town. Like you'll put, I live in the city of Torrance, and it's in the South Bay of Los Angeles County, and I can say, South Bay, Los Angeles County, healer, and then you can say that you're doing a little, offering free sessions, free, discover what's wrong with you, however you want to word it, right? So that you really don't need a website per se. It's helpful to have one, and I'll talk about what to do for that. You speak locally or at conferences, and you get to meet a lot of people. I've done it this way. I didn't really need a website, but it's helpful again to have one, and I'll talk about that in a minute. And you work strictly live as a healer or coach, meaning that you are meeting with them either by phone or by Zoom, or you have group meetings by Zoom, for example. That would be a really reasonable thing to do, and you don't really need a website. One of my former coaches didn't have a website for a really long time, and he was making $200,000 to $300,000 a year easy, right? Or you can use a social media page, you can use a LinkedIn page or a Facebook fan page to put all of your relevant information in there, and it makes it so you've got everything in there. So if people want to know more about you, you just give them that web page, right? And that makes it easy because it'll have your contact information what it is that you do, how to set up a free consultation or free discovery appointment. And you'll have your posts running along the side there, posting your content. And that is super duper helpful, right? So that's all the ways you don't need a website, but it's super helpful if you have one, right? So here are some questions aside from do you need one? The other question would be what should be on it? And who should build it? And what if I already have one? Can I alter it so it attracts more people? And what should the URL be, right? The URL is the, www.yourpersonalwhatever.com or whatever is at the end, .co, .org, whatever you have at the end. And then the other question is, do I need more than one site? So one of the things that people make the mistake of doing is they spread themselves too thin, right? So a big mistake that many healers make is that they lack focus. And so they start, I'm going to do massage over here, and I'm going to do Reiki over there, and then I'm going to cut hair over here. I'm telling you, this is a real case of somebody I've spoken to. And I'm going to do, put out my interior decorator, whatever, and I've got art for sale that I've created. So that there are people like that, and they spread themselves too thin, and they have 5 websites, and they each make a little bit of money here and there, and it's really hard to give up one of those things. So I personally have 2 websites. One is for where I house all my courses, and the other one is where I house a blog. I have 2 blogs. One is for people needing healing, and the other one is for people that want to learn how to heal. So they're actually connected. So if you go on the menu bar of either one of them, that'll take you back and forth. And they're both branded in the same way. So my main website, scientifichealer.com, and my teaching website, scientichealersuniversity.com, or just simply Healers U, right? So they're similar. And the reason I don't use my name is that no one can spell it. I grew up when people would ask my name on the phone. I didn't tell them. I just started spelling it. Last name, C-H-O, right? I just kept going. And then I would say it at the end. And they go, oh, just like it, it sounds just like it's spelled, right? So I'd get that a lot. And so that's why I use my brand rather than my name, because your name can be your brand. And if you have a really simple name that, you don't have 17 letters to spell out every time, and you don't have 17 letters to put in, it's a lot easier for people to put in healersu.com, right? Super duper simple. It's just, 8 letters. So let's start with the types of websites. Well, let's answer that last question first. What should the URL be? So it can be your brand, right? It can be what it is, like making it your brand. Like for me, if I have it Scientific Healer, making it your brand, or Healers U, making it your brand. At some point, if I wanted to, I could sell my website with all its assets for a decent amount of money, because I have a lot of courses in there that I've put together, for example, right? I don't have it branded with just my name. But if you don't have any desire to do that, let's say you have a healing practice, you can't really sell your healing practice because you're the healer, right? So you can use your name, and a lot of people do use your name. And if you put AnastasiaChopelas.com into Google, it will take you to scientifichealer.com. Right, so you can do that, but you can use your name, especially if it's a relatively simple. And if it's relatively simple and you don't have somebody else has your name, for example. One of my students has her website called melissahealing.com, right? So you can use some version like that. Make it super simple. You don't have to make it complicated. You don't have to appease Google. They don't look at URLs so much anymore like they used to. You don't have to make it like a keyword plus something to make it sound, to make it so Google will find you faster. That's not how they work. I mean, look at Amazon. Amazon is a river in South America and Brazil. And the word Amazon has nothing to do with books. So there are a lot of sites like that. And apple.com, for example, apple is a fruit, has nothing to do with computers. But there you have it, right? We all know what Amazon and Apple is now because they've created the brand themselves. So you can choose whatever it is you like. Try to make it as simple as possible. Don't make it too long. Like, make it as short as possible. The shorter, the better. And easy to spell. That's why I chose Scientific Healer, because it's easy to spell. And it's a good brand for me, for example. And then the next thing is, what kind of website is it going to be? So there are different types of websites. So you can have a business card website. So a business card website is, you could just make it a single page. At the top of the page, you tell what it is that you do, or you have an opt-in form that says, to get your free blah, blah, blah. Then you can have a little mini bio. Then you can have where people can find you online. For example, I have my podcast, my blog, and my YouTube channel on a band on scientifichealer.com, so you can find those things. Then you can have what it is you do below it, and then at the very bottom you can have a contact form or an appointment link to, let's say, your calendly.com appointment calendar, right? This is an appointment setting tool. So that's a really simple business card tool. How, who it is, what you do. It's just like what's on your business card, how to find you, how to get in touch, and, all of that. So that makes it really easy. And, a site like Wix or Squarespace or WordPress.com, you can set that up pretty easily. And it doesn't have to be you that does it. You can hire somebody on Fiverr.com, Fiverr.com, and they can help you set that up on one of those spaces. All you have to do is go in the search bar, set up my Wix site for me. And you tell them what you want, and they'll do it for a very reasonable fee, right? Totally worth it. And as part of it, you can have them show you how to alter it in case you want to alter it, right? In case you want to change the brand colors or some of the text, or you don't like where something is, you can move it around. Let them have them show you what they did and what you can do, right? Then another is to host a vlog, blog, or podcast, right? So hosting a blog is where you have a list of articles, and in your blog you can also put videos, right? So I put my videos on YouTube and I link them to my blog, and I put the text of the video above the video, so if you want to read, you can read it, or you can watch the video, right? Just like you would be watching this particular video right now, right? And a vlog is simply, and some people do this, like Neil Patel, who does SEO. If you go to his website, a lot of his blog posts are actually just videos. There's no writing on it. and that's a vlog. So it's a video log instead of a writer's blog, right? And then a podcast, right? You can host your podcast on someplace like Podbean, which you can do for free, or you can put it in a WordPress site, right? There's a way to put it in a WordPress site and link it using a what do I want to call it? Link it using a plugin. They're called plugins. Sorry, just for some reason it escaped me. You can put a plugin called Blueberry and link it and have it syndicated to all the blogging sites through Blueberry, so you can create your podcast. And there are instructions with Blueberry to show you exactly how to do that. And all you have to do is pay for your blog. Blueberry, by doing that, it's free, right? And having a podcast and putting it up on Apple and Google Play and things like that, it is in a host of other things, and people will find you depending on how you keyword it and what your description is and what category you go in. It will get plays. For example, I just released a podcast this morning on scientifichealingradio.com, and at that point, in the first 2 hours, it got 7 downloads, which is pretty nice, right? So that means that I was able to get 7 people in the room to listen to that, and that means they're plugged in. And I expect by the end of the day, there'll probably be 30 or 40. And some of my podcasts on that particular, some of my episodes on that particular podcast get somewhere between 300 and 400 views, or 300 or 400 downloads. Some of them even more. I have some that are close to 1,000, right? And that's like getting 1,000 people in the room to listen to me interview somebody. It's really, really awesome, right? And that also builds your authority. And then you could be selling courses, products, books. It could be something that you sell as an affiliate, like essential oils, or like these little Healy devices, something that helps health or helps improve health. Whatever it is that you're selling, that's another kind of website. And then there's something that's just a landing page. So let's say you have a book. I have a book called Diamond Healing Method, and I don't think it's up now, but diamondhealingmethod.com. It used to be when you went there, it would ask you if you wanted the free healing audio, and then there was a link where you could go buy the book, right? And it had a little book description. And I'm working on a new book, so I will have the new book title where you'll be able to download something for free and then buy the book if you wanted to, right? So that's the 4 main types of websites that you have options to get. So before you build a website, as I've mentioned before, you need your keywords, your colors, and the design, right? Know exactly what the design is before you set it all up. And then it will make it a lot easier, especially if you have all the text that you want and all the content and all the images. Then it doesn't take very long to do it. 2-3 hours, you should be done. Okay, I hope that was helpful. Do you need a website? When you don't need a website, what should its URL be, and what kind of websites are there? And you choose between one of those websites depending on your needs to help you get a toehold into the digital world. All right, I will see you in the next video. Thank you so much for taking valuable time out of your day to listen in. If you found this message helpful, please help spread the word by giving the broadcast a thumbs up or a 5-star rating. Share it with your friends and be sure to subscribe to my channel with your notifications on. For further training on healing and growing your healing business using my 3-step system, go to www.highpaidhealers.com. And I'll see you in the next video.